Hello, my name is Joy Martin, and I am a social work student at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. This is my presentation on the lessons I have learned from volunteering for the platform 7 Cups of Tea. This semester, as part of our participation in our Social Work Values Lab, we were asked by our professor, Dr. Laurel Hitchcock, to volunteer 20 hours of our time to the platform 7 Cups of Tea. 7 Cups of Tea is an on-demand emotional health resource and online therapy provider. Any time of the day, anonymous chatters can connect with trained and compassionate active listeners and talk about a wide variety of topics. Anything from what's going on in my day to here's what I'm really struggling with right now. Over the course of the semester, I began by training as an active listener. I then served as an active listener on the platform and was able to talk to over 20 different people from all different walks of life and many different places in the world. It was a really cool experience. I truly think I've learned so much from 7 Cups this semester. There have been so many benefits, and I really have enjoyed being able to connect with so many different people from so many walks of life and really feel like I have had an impact in their life. That does not mean that it was without its challenges. I would say I had 2 large challenges, but they both brought many blessings in their wake. In fact, I would say the biggest challenge of serving for 7 Cups is also the biggest blessing. As part of our training and throughout our chats as active listeners, we are asked to avoid giving advice. That sounds easy in theory, but so much of what we have been doing most of our life is putting our 2 cents in. And I would say it was really, really difficult to avoid giving advice. I think there are many times that I wish I could just, tell a participant what I would do or try to be helpful in that manner, but that wasn't my job. My job was to listen. And what I realized over the course of the semester that 9 times out of 10, maybe even 10 times out of 10, listening and really trying to sit with someone and meet them where they were at the time was more helpful than any advice I could have given. And that is not something I would know without going through and experiencing the volunteering at 7 Cups. The other difficulty that I had was really with the format of the platform. As wonderful as it was to have the flexibility to serve anytime, day or night, and as wonderful as it is to be able to have chatters connect with people any day, any night, whatever time, it was difficult at times to connect over basically messaging. It was more difficult to connect over messaging than it would have been face-to-face. I think over messaging you're losing a lot of those non-verbal communication cues, and it just takes a little bit of the personal out of it. However, I would say it also was a blessing in that when you're messaging with someone, you are more prone to be conscientious of what you are saying and what you are typing because you, or at least I, recognize that things can often be misconstrued when you can't see someone when they're talking to you, and you can't hear the inflection of their voice. So in a lot of ways, it made me think through what I was saying and gave me a chance to look over what I was saying before I sent it, which was very helpful. And helped me to be a better communicator as time went by. However, I will say I personally prefer connecting with people face to face. I did learn a lot, and I was very thankful to have time to process through what I wanted to say and make sure that I was doing my job of listening and not giving advice and not giving in to my own personal biases. The most helpful thing I found with 7 Cups, and the advice that I would give to any other person volunteering with 7 Cups, is really to limit any and all distractions you have. The people on the other side of your computer screen deserve your full attention. They are logging on because, generally speaking, they have something going on in their life that they are struggling with. And it is disrespectful of you to serve them while distracted. You are not putting your best foot forward. You are not acting professionally. And you're just not able to do the job that you've been asked to do as effectively. I am not perfect. There were definitely chats where I was distracted or things that were happening around me. However, I found that when I was able to put myself in a quiet room, turn off my phone, put on Do Not Disturb on my computer, and really focus in and sit with someone, even if it was over a computer screen, that was when I felt like I had the best impact. And that was when I felt really good about our conversation and what we had discussed, what I had said, what they had said, and I felt I learned the most then. I would say the service learning experience really reinforced how important active listening is. It also really reinforced the importance of empathy, but overall, I think active listening is really the focus of this volunteer experience. It didn't really matter what someone was going through, whether it was depression or relational issues or anxiety and stress or jobs or school or any of the above or all of the above. It didn't really matter what they were going through. By and large, everyone logged on to 7 Cups because they needed someone to listen. We live in a society that has become so isolating and so isolated, and there is so much division. There is so much that keeps us separate from each other. And honestly, I know I have experienced it, and I know that the people I chatted with online experienced it. It can be very lonely. And 7 Cups really reinforced how important it is to listen, to be there for people, how much people need someone who is just a friend, not someone who is putting their own judgment in, not someone who is giving advice, sometimes bad advice. Really, they just need someone to listen to them and to sit with them where they are. That's something I've always loved to do. Sitting with people where they are and really hearing about their lives and what their experience is something that I've always really been drawn to and something that I've always thought would be a really awesome career opportunity. So my personal experience with 7 Cups really reinforced how much I would love to go into something like counseling, where I'm able to meet people where they are every day and just sit there with them, let them talk and do what I can to help, and also just realize that sometimes people just need to talk things through. I would also say this class and the academic work that we did alongside our service learning was very helpful in helping me see people as more than one thing. To really be able to understand a person's situation, I have found that you need to know all these other different factors and how they intersect together. So someone could say they're struggling with relational issues, and that's what has them overwhelmed. But if you press a little deeper, you see that they're also struggling because they're stressed at school, and they're having problems with a friend, and they're out of a job and need to find work, and all these different things intersect and is what is actually overwhelming them. I think it's quick to just see someone for the problem they present, but 7 Cups and my experience with 7 Cups and the focus that our course put on person and environment perspective and intersectionality all combined to really help me see people as a sum of multiple different parts, and rather than just one factor in an equation. I will also say I had a few really difficult chats that focused on things that I have never personally experienced. And the chapters that we focused on critical thinking and remaining professional and ethical in all practice scenarios came in handy quite a bit. Overall, I loved volunteering for 7 Cups. I feel like I learned a lot about myself, and I feel like I learned a lot about people in general and just what people are going through and how hard life can be. I think 7 Cups definitely opened my eyes to see that everyone faces challenges and trials, and everyone needs someone who is willing to listen and come alongside them and be a friend. If nothing else, just be a friend. And so I'm very thankful for this service learning experience. I would like to formally thank 7 Cups of Tea for the opportunity to serve this semester. I'd also like to thank my professors, Dr. Hitchcock and Dr. Jones, for their excellent teaching, support, and guidance that they provided to us this semester. And I'd like to thank you for watching my presentation. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you.